Looking through a trauma-informed lens at the international research evidence can increase our understanding by showing that trauma and neglect can affect several areas of someone's life. People with complex needs are shown to have more than the average amount of trauma and neglect, combined with less than the average amount of skills to deal with adversity. So trauma-informed approaches view health-harming habits, such as alcohol and drug problems, developing in reaction to trauma, adversity, or neglect. Trauma can affect our direction and motivation on our life journey because it affects our beliefs about ourselves, others, and the world. Unresolved trauma makes it difficult to handle strong emotional states such as anger, fear, guilt, shame, joy, and low mood. Collaborative problem solving can also be difficult, as problems can trigger strong emotional states, and asking for help with problems can trigger feelings of vulnerability. Relating with others, such as dealing with conflict, can be hard to handle because they involve differences of power between people, and relationships involving cooperation can be hard because we need to trust others.
A simple way to remember the areas affected by trauma, adversity and neglect is to think on the fingers of the hand. Firstly, it can affect our beliefs or patterns of thinking about ourselves, others and our world. It also affects how we handle our emotional states and the emotional states that we get into. Thirdly, it can affect our physicality, our body and our behaviour, such as forming unhelpful, health-harming habits like self-harming, overwork, excessive alcohol or drug use. And the fourth area it affects is our interpersonal power relationships, or our patterns of relating with other people. Especially asking for help is a helpful thing to think about. Do we make ourselves vulnerable? Or how do we deal with conflict? They're all examples of our interpersonal power relationships and how we handle them. Are we submissive, or are we very controlling, or are we in the middle there, able to be assertive? And the fifth area to think about is problem solving, particularly collaborative problem solving, because this involves all those other four areas about what we think about ourselves and other people, our emotional state around a problem, and whether we're willing to ask for help. I'm very dyslexic, so I like picture language, so I've written a picture or drawn a picture called Ladder for Life, which just puts these areas into seeing our life like a journey, and I'll explain that now. The Ladder for Life framework is a picture to help us visualise the life journey that we, or someone we're trying to help, might be on. Any way in which we visualise our life being better in the future, we can imagine being at the top of the hill. Visualising a goal can create direction and motivation for us to work towards achieving it. It could be anything such as a hobby, a better job, a relationship, or better accommodation. For any of us, as we work towards the better future we desire, we can get sidetracked. Anything that sidetracks us from our goals is represented by the dead end of the blue forest in this picture. We can also all get stuck on a journey in unhelpful habits or patterns of thinking, emotions and behaviour. These are represented by the quicksand that we can fall into. As we work towards our goals on a life journey, problems appear, represented by a boulder in this picture. 7 sets of skills that can help us overcome these problems are represented by 7 rungs of a ladder. The 7 sets of skills are describing a problem realistically, handling our emotional reactions, dealing with conflict with others or conflict inside ourselves, asking for and cooperating with help, planning a solution, putting a plan into action, and reflecting on our efforts and considering what have I learned and what could I change. This is the Ladder for Life framework for understanding our life as a journey and making connections between different areas such as the direction and motivation, problem solving, conflict and cooperation, and our emotional reactions on that journey.